back to another video. Today I'm going to be making a cloak! Yes! I'm making a cloak. This one to be exact. Now, if you watch Rachel Maxey, she is a vintage YouTuber who is awesome. She made this cape like a month ago, and I pretty much got the idea from her. It's the same pattern, same kind of idea. This is the cloak I'm going to be making. The fabric, that I got, big boy, is a wool fabric. I was going to get like 100% wool, but that stuff's expensive. Like, it would have cost me like $350, and me, I don't got that kind of money. This cost me about $120. Still a lot, way too much, but yeah, it's like a wool blend. It's not as, probably not going to be as warm, but it will have some heat to it. The goal is, I don't want to just make this cloak for cosplaying, which is probably what I'm going to be using it for, but I also want it so that it can keep me warm, so it has a purpose. My followers actually helped me pay for this. I made a Ko-fi a few weeks ago so that my followers could help me pay for this because this is expensive, and they helped me out, even gave me a little bit more. So I got to buy this, and I get to live out my cloak dreams, and I'm excited about it. So today, I'm going to be laying out the fabric and pinning all of the pattern pieces onto it and cutting them out. So my goal today is to just lay it all out, pin it, cut it, and then tomorrow I can actually put the pieces together. So if I can at least get all the pieces cut out, I'll be happy, because that's the part that takes the longest. It's the most tedious goddamn shit. You gotta pin it on there, you gotta cut it out, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. It takes the longest. Once you have all the pieces out and you have all of the pattern pieces ready to go, you just gotta attach things. And it takes, like, not as much time. So, let's get started. So, I cut out all of the pattern pieces, but, like, I just was looking at this, and it's huge. Okay, so this is the cape piece, right? Or neckline, right? You're thinking, oh, that's pretty long. Nah, B. Nah, B. It's this piece, too. It's like, you can probably even see it on camera. It goes really far to the floor. Like, I'm gonna look like a freaking baby. Like a baby in ginormous clothing in this cape. And I'm excited for it. I'm gonna take a nap. Good night. Too much work. I want to take a sleep nap. So, all the pieces are cut out as you saw last night. I didn't film as much as I wanted to, but that's fine. But all the pieces are cut out, so today my goal is to put everything together. The goal will be to finish the cloak entirely. I have all day to be at home, so I can work on it all day, and that's my plan. And my goal is to finish the cloak, and then tomorrow can be finishing touches, and then I can take photos, do cinematic shots, and all that jazz. So I'm reading through the instructions, and it's kind of simple. The first step is to stay stitch the neck edges so they don't, like, unravel. But my bitch ass never does that, because I'm really smart. So maybe I'll decide to stay stitch the edges. Any seamstress out there probably thinks I'm really retarded, but I just usually forget, and nothing bad happened yet, but I'm gonna probably regret those words one day. And then it says to stitch cape back sections together, which, you know, kind of obvious. And then you stitch the cape front section. So this part's really easy. Basically, I'm just taking the big chunks and connecting them. And then we do the little capelet thingies, like this. Be like, whoa, whoa, I think. Yes.
Yes, that's right. This is going to be the part that's more difficult because I've never made a capelet before. So, but at least this part will be easy. That's a plus.
She's got eyes of blue. I never cared for eyes of blue, but she's got eyes of blue, and that's my weakness now. She's got dimpled cheeks. I never cared for dimpled cheeks, but she's got dimpled cheeks, and that's my weakness now. Oh me, oh my. She likes to build.
Alright, so the main cape is done. It's over. Ew, my room's gross. It's over there. Yay! So I gotta do the capelet now, which I thought was gonna be really confusing, but honestly, it looks really easy. So basically, you stitch the center back seam, which I pinned right there. You stitch that, then you hem it, and you do that for both of them. Then you attach them. The attaching part might be a little confusing, because this looks a little weird right here. But, you know, we're just gonna go with it and see what happens, I guess. So I'm going to sew and pin, like do the hemming and sewing off camera because that's boring. Hemming is boring. I mean, it's just sewing. So, once I have the 2 rings, then I will come back to you when I have to try and attach them. So basically what I did is, this looks very trash, but I sewed them together and did the hemming, which is, you know, my type of hemming, so it's totally perfect. Then all I had to do was attach the 2 pieces at the sides like this and over there. And then I have to iron the seams and then basically just flip the smaller one over top like that, and then on the outside, I can flip it over. No. On the outside, it'll look, you know, nice. This will be smaller, this will be bigger, and it'll look really nice. Once I iron the seams on this, I have to pin it to the cape. And instead of like flipping anything over, it just says to sew it onto the outside, so I'm probably just going to do that unless I think it needs to be flipped over or something. And then once that's attached, I'm going to focus on doing the hood. And then when the hood's done, I just got to do basic hemming on the cape with a button, and it'll be done. Hell yeah.
Approximately 10 hours later.
Hey guys, so this took a lot longer than I was expecting it to. Before I added the capelet, which you can see, I did put on. Very nice. I wanted to hem the main cape, which makes, you know, a lot of sense. Except it took way too long. If you ever hemmed anything, it takes forever. And I broke 2 needles because I used too many pins like a dumbass. So I learned from my mistake, finished hemming it, and attached the capelet, which took me about 5 minutes. So, the last step to this cape is to add the hood and the button so it stays closed. So I'm going to do that off camera because I'm tired. I just want to get it done, and then I will be back with you with the cinematic shots and photos. See you then. Whew. And it's done! Look at it. Isn't it stunning? I'm spinning a little fast. Oh. Look at my cool button. Yeah, I found it. That's cool. I think it turned out really nicely. It is a little short. When I originally made the cape, which I did this off camera, when I originally made the cape, it went down to the floor, and I knew I would trip on it. So I cut off a good chunk. It's a little shorter. Now it's like 2 inches, I think, higher than my ankles, which is a little higher than I would have liked, but it's still a good, like, distance down that I don't really mind. Plus, this thing is actually warm. Like, I didn't know if it would work. It works. Like, it's kind of chilly today, and, like, it works, so that's a plus. So, underneath the cape, I wore the dress I made in my last sewing video, if you saw that. If not, you should. The only issue with the dress is that it's really goddamn long. Like, it drags on the ground, and if I'm running around and walking, I trip constantly. So half the time while I was trying to film any of that, I was tripping, which is just great. Eventually, I'll probably have to hem it up so I can actually walk with this dress without having to trip and die. But until then, you know, not bad. But this video is not about the dress, it's about the cape. I think it turned out really well for my first time making a cape. Is it perfect? No, I've never made anything that's perfect. There's always little flaws, little loose strings, or something a little off, but it's nothing, like, terrible where I hate it. The only issue with the cape is the buttonhole, since I did it myself, and I'm bad at those. But the button makes it look beautiful and hides my dress work. And it does come out of the buttonhole if I move my arms too much, which is an issue, which I will fix, but for now, it does its job. It makes me feel very, very fantasy-esque. It makes me feel cool, especially when I'm running and it flows behind me all cinematically. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. There are photos on Instagram if you want a more close-up look on this beautiful look, and some TikToks as well if you want that. Alright guys, I really hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.